Right, so this is part two to our quick discussion here. We're moving up into the area known as Canaan. We're still talking about the geography and early settlement of these areas, and now we're going to focus in on that area along the eastern side of the Mediterranean Sea. So let's quickly review our environmental factors. Remember, we have water. Water is life. We have topography, the change in the land, the different pieces of the landscape that we see that play a role in this. And then, of course, vegetation, where things will grow, where things already do grow, and the types of things that grow there. So here we are taking a look at a map of ancient Canaan. So let's talk about the environmental factors leading to the settlement of this area. The first one is going to be water. We've got the coastal plains along the Mediterranean Sea, a lot of fertile soil, a lot of fish, and it was good for trade. People could come and go. So this is a really significant area in understanding the settlement patterns of this area. The second piece that we have here is the Jordan River Valley. Again, crossing over into some of the topography piece, but nonetheless, there was a lot of hunting and fishing in this area. It really was the main source of fresh water, and one of the big things we need to remember is that it did not flood consistently, but there was also some significant vegetation in this area as well. And then the last piece is the Sea of Galilee. People went there because it had good fishing, and there was some fertile soil around the Sea of Galilee due to it being a freshwater lake, unlike that of the Dead Sea, which was very, very salty. So just some differentiation there. The next one that we see is topography. So a couple things that play a role here is the coastal plains. Again, we see that's where a lot of farming happened, as well as the Jordan River Valley. Again, these areas that were the coastal plains were wet, got a lot of rainfall and fertile soil along with the Jordan River Valley, perfect for farming. Some of the other topography that we see is some of the hilly and dry areas. Really, there was a lot of hilly and dry areas, and this lended itself well to people becoming nomadic herders, where they would move around to these different areas with their herds because of that hilly and dry environment that was not good for farming. And then the last one is mountains and deserts. These were natural barriers, of course, and we see some nomadic herders in these areas, but again, as natural barriers, these played a significant role with the Lebanon mountains and places like the Negev and Syrian deserts. So the last one is going to be vegetation. So here's vegetation. Like we talked about, the hot, dry climate prevented abundant plant life other than in the Jordan River Valley. So we see that it's plentiful near the Jordan River Valley, but it did have some abundant grasslands in order to be able to allow nomadic herders to feed their flocks as they traveled around. So there's, in a nutshell, the environmental factors that led to the settlement of Canaan.